Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Ina and today I have something different. I don't think I've done this here with you before. I have a tiny Tolumnia in a basket that I unboxed here, and I need to repot this one immediately because I don't have capacity to keep watering this Tolumnia more than once a week. So I thought that would be nice to show you how I remove it from this tiny basket and repot it with you on the camera. Before I start, just to let you know, I do have another whole tutorial where I talk more about Telumias, about its general care. I also reported, I think, 3 different Telumias on camera, and I'll link it down below for you. The video today is going to be shorter, and I'm going to go straight to the point. So before I start, just to let you know, Telumias are epiphyte orchids, and you can grow them as other epiphytes, just mounting them somewhere. If you have the options to water them frequently, you can also keep them on that basket, again, if you can water them frequently, or you can pot them up as you pot other epiphyte orchids. So it's just up to you, up to your climate, and it also has to do with your resource, like if you have time to water it more often, more frequently, if you have outdoor area, how is the weather where you live. That's enough. I think I have already spoken more than I should. I'll give you some close-ups as well of this tiny beauty. I think this one, oh my gosh, where's the tag of this plant? So I lost the tag. I don't know where it is. Anyway, I know that this one is a pink Tolumnia. It's a beautiful, like sweet pink Tolumnia. I don't have any pink ones, so that will be the first one. I bought it from Spices Orchids, that's a nursery here in the UK, and it does has a few growths, and I think after I repot it, it will be much healthier and happier than it is now, because it's becoming dry and it's just hanging there, and I completely forget about it. So last week I watered only once, and if I keep doing that, it will suffer a lot. And Telumias, they don't bounce back quickly. They take a while to recover, and it's pretty easy for you to lose them if they get dehydrated for long, or if you start watering the crown, they can have crown rot as well. So taking that out of the way, let's start repotting. The first thing that I will do is remove the basket, then I will pot in my usual mix, and I will just show you. So let's start. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do when you're repotting your Tolumnia, and it comes in a basket like this, is to soak it for a few minutes. I do that with most of my orchids that come in baskets, like Vandas, and also some Phalaenopsis that comes potted up in bark, because it helps when we are repotting our plant. Otherwise, the roots can get attached to the plastic pot and it can be more difficult to remove them. I don't think it's going to be very difficult in this case, but let's start then. The roots should be all flexible because it's soaking here for like half an hour. I hope you can see. So I have a pair of pruners and I also have my Tolumnia. Since everything is so flexible now, what I will try to do is pull all these roots inside the pot again instead of cutting it, or so I will try to remove it from the holes. So pull it gently and let's see how easy it will be to remove it. Oh, since the roots were so, let me remove that string. Since the roots were so flexible, it was very easy to remove from the basket. I didn't have to do anything with it. I didn't have to cut. I don't know if I can reuse this little basket for something, but there we go, completely intact. And I didn't lose any good roots on the way. The roots that I have here are this one, that's pretty much gone. It's papery, it's brownish yellow. You can see there is nothing alive inside. And with Telumias, we do the same thing that we do with all of other orchids. As we can see here, we have roots that have green up. So these ones that became green, they are alive. That's the reason why when I water them, they become completely green. They were white before. And the other ones, these brown, they are dead. So what I will do is I will start cutting all the dead roots, or at least part of them. like I do with most of my orchids, so gently, to not cut some good roots on the way, go and cut all the dead roots. The reason some of these roots died as well, it's because, as I told you, they were on this basket and I was not watering frequently. When the orchids become completely dehydrated, we can lose some roots on the process between dehydrating and hydrating again. It's normal for orchids to lose roots when they get stressed, because roots is one of the structures that are affected by lack of watering or frequently watering. And Tolumias, they love their humidity. It's okay if you don't have a humidifier, but you need to water them. And don't let the roots die, because it's really difficult for them to bounce back. It takes a while when they survive. They are not difficult to grow, but they have their quirks. And I think one of them is being able to provide enough humidity inside their pots, layering with some air. It helps a lot. They need that to be able to grow healthily. So we are almost done here. As you can see, the roots are very thin as well. They are tiny, tiny, tiny roots. It's amazing. Since the plant is also small. If it was an Oncidium, would have thin roots, but super large root balls. That's not fun. So all the roots that were coming from this old fund here, they were dead. Everything's dead here. I'm not gonna reuse this old fund. I'm not gonna use it to give energy to my plant. It was very, very old. As you can see, look, it was a baby fund, tiny one. So I can discard that. This plant have bloomed before. Oh no, yeah, I think that's an old flower spike, very, very old flower spike. So looking at it, I think we are done here. There is nothing else that I should cut. Let's some beads, because I soaked my orchid. It was very easy to see as well which roots became completely green and which not. So I could see the ones that were photosynthesizing and was changing color with water when they touched the water. That's another advantage of soaking your orchid before you repot it, because you can identify the live roots. So now I got my tray and let's get this orchid completely repotted. My pot, this one is not a tiny, tiny pot. This is I have no idea the size. Oh, 9 centimeters. I'm going with a larger pot this time because I don't have tiny pot for this Telumia. I think it will be fine. I will add some sphagnum moss at the bottom. Because Telumias love their humidity, I will add more moss than bark whenever it's possible. And I keep layering it, but again, with a little bit more moss. And I'm not worried. I've done that before with my Telumias and they've done fine. The issues that I had, it was usually the plants that I lost, mainly the Telumias, they were already dying when I got them. I didn't have exactly healthy plants. So this one has a nice root system, which is a plus. I'm very healthy, I'm very happy. And as you could see, I don't know if I showed you or not, I will give you some close-ups. So the mic was gone, it fell. I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but with Telumias, it's pretty easy to look after them. They don't require much space, and you can just pot and wait for them to grow. They will become larger plants with time. Usually the roots start to grow across the pot and they will push out new funds, which is very fun to look at and made me so happy when I see that they push out flower spikes as well. Anyway, let me conclude this repotting. I will add some slow release fertilizer, just a few beads, it's a tiny plant, and I will add a little bit more of moss here and then a last layer of bark. Let's see how these plants. I don't have many Telumias, by the way. I have only 3, I think. apart from this one. So this one is my 4th Tolumnia at the moment. I had more. I lost a few during the years. Problem here, I think in Europe they are cheap because they are tiny plants, you know, and they are hybrids. So they are not like a rare or anything like that. But even so, here in the UK, you don't have options. So the nurseries don't sell them. They are not extremely cheap. It's not like £5 or something like that. I have to pay at least £15 when I want to buy a Tolumnia. And if I decide to buy more than one, plus delivering fees, I usually spend more than £50. So that's the reason why I'm not buying lots of Tolumnias. Let me put that inside the pot and let's conclude this video. So this is my fully repotted Tolumnia. As you could see, it wasn't difficult to remove it from the basket because I soaked it before. So that's a very good tip. And the next step for this little one is to water. All of my mix is completely dry, so I don't need to stress it more than it was already stressed with the repotting. And another thing is to keep an eye on them. If Tolumnias are stressed, are very easy for you to see. The fronds, these succulent leaves, will become completely dehydrated. They will shrink. You will know there is some issue inside the pot. So keep an eye on it. If you notice that's getting really dehydrated, unpot, cut the dead roots, and try something new. Maybe you are not using the right mix for your environment, for example, and they will produce beautiful blooms that you can enjoy multiple times a year, and they come in many different colors, and hopefully it's very cheap in your region. If these plants are very cheap where you live, go for them. I don't think you will regret, and I think you will love it. I do have one Tolumnia in bloom, but it's very dehydrated. Let me grab that. That's the yellow one. And I do have another one that's pushing out a flower spike. This one, I will need to remove the flower spike, and I need to check what's going on inside this pot and try to save it, to rescue it, because it's not healthy at all. Something is very weird with that. So that's the right thing to do when you notice that the funds are becoming dehydrated like this one. But more than that, I will enjoy my little plant. I'll place it with my other Tolumnias, and hopefully, I'm sorry about the external noise, I'll be able to show you some beautiful pink blooms soon. Let me know if you enjoy Tolumnias as well down in the comments. And let's keep in touch. I hope to see you again this weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment down below. More than that, I'll let you go. Bye bye.